Hey guys, Javen here. In today's video, I want to show you some footage of my backpacking trip in Canada going to Panorama Ridge. I saw some beautiful views, hung out with a couple of buddies of mine, ate some good camping food, and slept in the tent, a three-person tent. So overall, it was a really fun trip, a really long hike for me, and I just want to share with you guys. So starting off, here's all the items that we brought. It's not an easy hike, it's pretty difficult actually. It's a 30 km hike round trip. So the day started off on a Saturday and we left around 10 in the morning. I bought some new hiking shoes because I only had running shoes before. So for this hike, you definitely need running shoes. For the camping bags, we packed all our stuff and it definitely made the hiking trip a little bit harder given the weight. So here you can see us starting to hike up to the Garibaldi Lake, and that is where we are planning to camp for the night. So the trail starting off was relatively easy. The only thing is it's a really long hike in. It was about 9 kilometers going in, and on the way there we saw a nice little lake. Pretty nice view actually. The water has some bluish greenish tint to it. We also had to cross some obstacles like bridges as well as rocks. You can see here that the terrain is pretty nice and really nice water. Okay, so right now here you can see that we're approaching the Garibaldi Provincial Park, and that is where we're going to be camping for the night. To camp here, you actually need to buy a camp pass, and you can buy this at BC Parks. I believe it's about $10 per person and $6 to get the campsite. So walking into the campground, it's a really nice view. I wanted to catch as many footage as possible. We came across one of our friends from university, so we took a picture with her. Her name's Louise. Anyway, walking now to find our campsite, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that we can camp on top of a wooden platform that they have provided. We set up the tent and got ready for the sunset. And here's a footage of us just in the tent testing it out. It was a really small tent, so I was pretty close to two of my friends actually, but it's okay. The sunset is happening. Really nice view, as you can see for yourself. It was really much better in person, but the sunset here was so amazing, and we were getting ready for dinner. Anyway, for dinner we brought some cans of soup, so we were making that after watching this nice view here. And since the hike itself was really long, the goal here was to bring really light stuff, such as, a small portable stove. And the next time we do camping, we will not bring any cans because it's pretty heavy. Anyway, here you see more footage of the mountain. It still has snow on it. Really cool. It's currently October 2022. And as the sun is setting, it gets darker. Really nice camping atmosphere. And now, we're just eating our dinner with headlights on simply because there's no longer any lights around. So yeah, this is us in the tent figuring out the light situation, but we were so tired we just ended up sleeping. And here's the morning view of Garibaldi Provincial Park. This here is something to keep bears out of our food, so you do that every night. And yeah, just in the morning sunrise before the sun is rising, I just took some footage here, and you can see the sun is slowly trying to creep up above the mountains. Here's just the outhouse. Here's where you do your business, number 1 and number 2. Really nice view. The water is really clear, and now the sun is slowly coming up. So yeah, we are making breakfast, and for breakfast we're making some macaroni and 2 cans of spam and some celery, just to add some veggies in our life. Really nice camping experience, guys. If you have not tried this kind of camping experience, I really do recommend it. And yeah, you can see that the sun has risen above the mountains. So since this is day 2, we are now packing up, not leaving anything behind, clean everything up, and we're ready to go. And today we will be going up to Panorama Ridge, which is another about 22 kilometers hike. The reason why today's hike is much longer than the day before is simply because we have to hike up the Panorama Ridge, hike back down the mountain, and hike all the way back to the parking lot. Needless to say, this hike alone will be guaranteed to make your legs sore for a couple of days. Anyway, Panorama Ridge is something that you can do on a day trip. So if you start early in the morning, let's say 5 a.m., you can technically go all the way up to the Panorama Ridge, back down to the parking lot around evening time. However, keep in mind that the drive from Vancouver to Panorama Ridge, the Garibaldi parking lot, it takes about 2 hours, if you come from Vancouver. So keep in mind of that as well if you want to start early on the day. Before starting the ascent to Panorama Ridge, we wanted to put our food on top of a tree just so that any black bears that come around will not get to it. We also stash our backpacks underneath a tree because it's really heavy to be hiking with it all the way up the mountain. While doing this, I saw my coworker at work, so here's a photo with him. Yeah, it was pretty cool to just bump into my coworker while doing a hike because it's really unexpected. Anyway, the elevation for Panorama Ridge is about 2100 meters. In other words, this is just under 7,000 feet. So while we don't really notice it, as each step we go on through the hike, we're slowly going up higher and higher. So the view is getting nicer and nicer too, actually, because we can see down the mountain. We see a lot of lakes around. So here we are going slowly towards the mountain now, and I'm actually getting pretty tired now, but like really wanting to go to my end destination to see the view. And here you can see Black Tusk, which is another mountain, another hike. Unfortunately, during this time, there's some pollution going on in BC, so the sky right now is not the bluest, but it was still a really nice hike. You can see my friend just running up the mountain here. He has a lot of energy. And yeah, here is the top of Panorama Ridge. Really, really nice view. Wow. Okay, coming down the mountain, we took a quick stop to eat some dinner. And we made some avocado with corned beef and tomato grapes. Now that the sun is setting, it's about 6:30 p.m. and we're heading back to the parking lot. And since the sun is setting, we had to hike in the dark, which was a pretty cool experience as well. And there you have it, guys. Here's the end of the trip. Everyone is tired. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a really fun and memorable experience to be able to do some backpacking and overnight camping. If you like this video, let me know down in the comments below and check back next time.